Hey, hey, hey. In today's video, I want to talk to you about history. To be more specific, religious history. I know. I promise I won't give a sermon on hellfire and brimstone. Limestone filtered? Maybe. Now, there is a very strong misconception that early Christianity was unified under the Church of Rome in the banner of Peter as the first pope. How do those misconceptions arise? It might be slightly connected to the fact that Christianity was oh so very good at destroying heretics, burning their works. And on the rare occasions when that didn't work, just rewrite history. You see, the first few centuries after the death of Jesus, there were different versions of Christianity on every corner of every street of every town. And Gnosticism was among the most influential. Now, while Catholicism is deeply rooted in tradition and scripture, Gnosticism is very, very much different. See, Gnostic is the Greek word gnosis, and that means knowledge. See, the Gnostics believed they were the owners of secret information that no one else knew, and it showed the real truth of Jesus and God. One misconception people have, though, is that Gnosticism started after the death of Jesus. In actuality, it predates Christianity by well over a century. You see, Judaism had become severely fragmented, and various sects were competing for popular and theological support. Now, much of this was driven by the fact that the Roman Empire had conquered Jerusalem, and most were awaiting the arrival of the Messiah. Now, clearly, he is going to be a warrior general who will lead an army and liberate the holy city. This is a big reason why the Jesus Christ that showed up wasn't winning over everyone. It's really hard to espouse peace when your home is being held by foreign invaders. The Gnostics began as a very esoteric set of Judaism, but quickly changed over to Christian beliefs when it appeared to be the proper horse to back in the race. Now, the core set of beliefs held by Gnostics include one or more of the following tenets. The world was created by an evil God, and because they're polytheistic, there's a secret good God that runs heaven. Now, the world we live on is basically hell, created by the evil God. Now, there were some sects that said there were the lakes of fire and the eternal damnation hell also, but they all agree that this world, shit. Now, Adam and Eve were booted from the Garden of Eden because they ate of the tree of knowledge. Gnostic, gnosis. Gnosis means knowledge, right? Got it. But this makes the serpent a servant of the good secret God and a heroic figure, right? Now, the evil god is often called Samael. It means the blind one. Now, often in movies and stories, Samael is the angel of justice, because justice is blind, and he never takes a side in the wars. In the Christopher Walken movie, The Prophecy, he's played by Glenn Danzig. Great movie, by the way. 1 and 2. 1's great. 2's good. 3, they made a third one. Yeah. And the good secret god is called Sophia, because Sophia means wisdom. Now, sometimes Sophia is male, sometimes female. Now, Jesus was an emissary of the good God, who was sent to earth to impart secret knowledge to the chosen few. You see, all the stuff in the New Testament is just the mass market version of Christianity, right? The Gnostics, they have the special edition DVD. They got all the bonus features, secret teachings, and various other things, right? secret handshakes and whatnot. But the big secret is Jesus didn't die on the cross. He created the illusion by magically switching places with Simon of Cyrene. The dude who helped Jesus carry the cross for a few blocks? Yeah. Jesus swaps places with him and then laughs his ass off while Simon is crucified. Because that's what emissaries of the good God do. Am I right? Now, anytime the subject of religion comes up, naturally, the first thing we all want to talk about is sex. Right? It's not just me, is it? I mean, that's everyone, right? I'm going to assume it's everyone. Sex. So, Gnostics had two purveying branches of thought when it comes to sex. Now, since the body comes from the evil God, and the spirit comes from the good God, sex is, option number one, bad. It's bad because the pure soul should never receive pleasure from the evil body. Don't bang. Option B. The body is worthless and meaningless. The soul is eternal. You can't desecrate the soul by dirty things with the body. So bang everyone and everything. Now, have you noticed all those massively populated Shaker communities all over the world? No? That might be because the first option doesn't spread the religion very far. In fact, often it dies out in a generation or two. Whereas the Mormons, they're everywhere. Now, the Roman Church denounced Gnosticism as heresy on the premise that it denied the reality of the crucifixion. And Gnostics, they don't believe in central authority, so they declared the Catholic Church as heretics. And, well, the Roman Church won. See, they decided the best way to resolve the differences was to kill all the Gnostics, burn all their books, and they did a really, really thorough job. Now, it took a while, but you exterminate the Cathars, the Knights Templar, and then by the 13th century, the Inquisition has wiped out the very last vestiges of Gnosticism. Mostly. Now, there were three distinct survivors. The first one, the most prominent, the Mandeans. They're a sect of that's estimated to be between 25 and 50,000 alive today. Now, they're located in eastern Iraq on the Iranian border. And they believe that there is a world of light to the north and a land of darkness to the south that are constantly at war with each other. And that's why they must keep their secrets to themselves until the war is ended. And when you look at their location, it makes sense to believe that the world is at war, and there's probably not going to be peace anytime soon. Now, the second group of survivors is a historical oddity. In 1945, a collection of ancient texts were found at the site of Nag Hammadi, and I know I said that wrong, in Egypt. They were sealed in jars and buried. They were buried at a site that had once been a monastery. Now, they were forgotten, and because they were so thoroughly preserved and concealed, they escaped the vast book-burning campaign of the Catholic Church. It also helped that they were located in Egypt. Now, because they escaped the campaign of book burning, the discovery of these texts provided the very first legitimate record of the Gnostics. Previously, the only historical information we had were extracted from the published church documents that were attacking the beliefs. So maybe a little biased. Now, are there members of this group? Not that we know of. Although, many, many books and many, many movies have them existing and surviving. I think they're the guys in the Mummy movie with Brendan Fraser that show up, the warriors. And the third group are secret societies. Now, they're not really Gnostic, but they carry on a lot of Gnostic traditions, and some of them even identify as Gnostics. Now, Freemasonry has some practices that align with parts of Gnosticism. The Knights Templar were Gnostics and come from the Cathars, and various secret societies claim both Knights Templar and Cathars as part of their organizations. Illuminati and Ordo Templi Orientis are great examples of this. Now, OTO, who I am very, very much tempted to make a video about, they're just fascinating. Sorry. They've got a major ritual called the Gnostic Mass, and it was written by Aleister Crowley himself. Now, these secret societies, are they actually Gnostic? Who knows? But what you can say is they have influenced literary and film in major, major ways. You see, the world is evil in a prison, but you just don't see the walls. That has heavily influenced Philip K. Dick and, of course, the Matrix movies. So, the most important thing you can take away from this video is that if the Inquisition comes back, we got to let them know that Keanu Reeves isn't really Neo, because the world can't survive if we lose him. As if you could really kill John Wick anyways, right? Anyways, thank you so very much for watching this video. I appreciate every view I get. And I know talking about religion can be a little iffy, but I would love to hear your thoughts. Give me a like, give me a comment, subscribe to the channel, pretty please. And let me know what you think. And as always, the Green Bay Packers suck.